Alright, we are back in Soulmask. At the moment, it is getting quite dark. That is a pretty good sunset. At the moment, this... sorry, my phone's going off. At the moment, I am only an hour into the gameplay, so I don't have much to show, but this is just a video on showing you what Soulmask is all about, especially within the first few hours. It is a massive game. I am going to go to sleep because the game does not look very good in the dark. I don't know what this morale is. 91 out of 100. Do I have to wait for a long time? I guess we're gonna have to go through it. Is there a way? Actually, I haven't even figured out if there was a way to skip. That's weird. Okay, whoops, wrong button. I'm not sure if there's a way to skip through the night. It doesn't look too bad at the moment. But Soulmask, well, when it comes to Soulmask, the graphics are actually really good for a demo. I would consider these graphics to be reasonably good for a game that is, I guess, primarily similar to Ark Survival, or if you've played Conan Exiles, that's probably the closest I can think would be similar to this game. It does have the same elements of gathering. I know that later on, which I haven't gotten up to yet, but you can get NPCs to help you out. In Conan Exiles, I believe they were called thralls. But the best thing about this game in terms of the graphics is it looks absolutely fantastic when it's raining. The look of the ground, the buildings, when it gets wet, you can actually see it glisten, which is amazing to see for a game that's only in, I guess, demo form. I'm not too sure when they're going to officially release the game. But that's definitely got to be the best part about it, is the actual weather that affects the lighting, the mood, the colours. That's got to be the best part in this and how it looks. I'm not too sure. The animations are actually pretty cool. So when they're chopping or gathering resources, there is sort of just the standard motion that they go through. It is a little bit slow with the gear up for chopping down trees. But this is the standard for a, I guess, survival base building / PvE type game. You can see I'm completely missing there, so you do have to get quite close to hit the object. Performance-wise, the game is doing reasonably well. I thought I would have a couple of blurry spots in my gameplay. By the way, the stamina on this game is horrendous. He doesn't last very long. So that's him running. He's gonna go for, what, 50 yards, and then he'll tire out. The stamina is absolutely shit when it comes to fighting. and he's got a very, very loud puffing and puffing breath. But you can see the fauna, the rocks look fantastic. I'll bring out my scythe. We want this one, actually. This, I think, is pretty cool. Just chopping through the fauna, any bushes, a couple of hits, and you actually completely get rid of it. You can get thatch, fiber, vine. You can get a variety of resources. To be honest, I'm not too sure what all of these resources are for. The main one being the thatch, which obviously is for our starting buildings, that is. In terms of the animals and the wildlife on this game, it is hard. Well, for me, I would consider it quite hard. I did have some trouble at the start of the game with a bush dog. I got my ass kicked, to be honest. I had no idea what to do when faced with a bush dog. They took a huge chunk out of my health bar, and I did not go back for my body. I'm not a fan of games where you die and you have to go loot your body. It's not a fun game for me if I have to keep doing that. I don't mind the respawn aspect, but going back for loot is a pain in the ass. I can tell that with the trees and the rocks, they do appear a little bit delayed sometimes. Animals, yes, they are, as I was saying, they are quite difficult to kill. That was a bit of a lag there. Whoop. Yep. This is probably not the best way for me to go about doing this, but the combat is actually alright. Oh, I am probably hoping that I don't die. I don't know if there's a hard hitting or... Okay, that was new. That's if you hold the button down. But killing animals can be quite difficult. They do show the levels above their head. They have their health. And when you do butcher the animals, you get out your knife and you literally hack the body to bits, which is the strangest thing ever. I mean, you can see how violent he is with that motion. I don't know why you would have, I guess, that animation for butchering an animal. Seems a little bit excessive. But so far the game hasn't lagged too much. It hasn't been too spotty. There's been a couple of times where I have sort of jumped, I guess, or lagged in a sense. But it's been actually a fairly smooth play so far after playing for an hour or so. And I have to say, the gathering on this is actually fantastic. So I was chopping trees earlier, but you can see how easy it is to gather resources. Already getting tree, bark, branch, all sorts. And I do love how it pops up in the bottom, slight bottom middle there. Because you can see exactly what you're getting and how much. Same with when you get fauna, it just pops up, and that's a fantastic way to show what you're getting, even though I have no idea what it actually does. But look at that, fantastic animations, look good. It's just so smooth. What I do like about the gathering though, in terms of when you do gather, it's quick. In some games when you pick up items, so let's say I'm picking up stuff on the floor. Let's see if I can get anything around here. I don't think there is anything. But the picking up animation and actually the collection, here we go, here's some rocks, of the items. See how quick that is? In other resource gathering survival games, sometimes the gathering can be a massive pain in the ass when it takes like a few milliseconds, a little bit longer to pick up one item, and it could drag out the game. This is a nice quick pickup, and this is what I think is quite fantastic. So I was expecting him to be very slow at picking each item up and a slight delay, but it's been fantastic. And then once you pick up all these resources, whether you got the rocks, the thatch, the fiber, the crafting is, for me, is a little bit a hit and a miss. So you've got your manual crafting, so obviously the campfire, the thick rope, which I had difficulty figuring out that I had to first add the item to the queue and then increase the amount that I wanted to be in the queue, which was a bit of a pain to figure out. Because if I do click on this, it's too quick for me to adjust the slider to get more than just one at a time. So I'm not too sure if there's a hotkey. I know that if I go into some of the other crafting tables or the butcher's table, that I can queue things up, then increase the amount that I want to craft, and then operate the table, which will then start the crafting motion. But this is a nice way to display what each item is, what it's actually needs, and it's got these fantastic icons or images for each one, which I think is fantastic. The graphics on the menus is very sharp, I have to say. It is actually better than I expected when I first came into this. Oh, we'll grab one of those wooden hammers. But discovering how all of this works is one of those things where it's going to be a work in progress. You're never going to be too sure on what you're getting and what you need. So it can take a while for you to get there. It's going to be one of those games, if you've played Ark Survival, if you've played Conan Exiles, and you love those games, this is going to be a great game for you. Because it has everything that's very similar. It's got your items, it's got your crafting menu, and it's all itemized or categorized within each thing. Your weapons, your gear, your buildings, and then you've got all this other stuff that you can build as well. The crafting at the butcher's table is fairly... Should actually add some wood in there. Just to light up the area. The crafting table, sorry. The crafting table and the butcher's table is actually very similar to what you'll find in Conan Exiles. You can go in, you can pick what you want to build, which I just got rid of all those logs, so we'll go get some more. You can pretty much pick what you want to build from the items that you have available in your inventory. You put it in a queue and you don't actually have to stay at the table, I believe. you can walk away from the table, or it may only apply to the to when you're handcrafting. So I can click on this, I can add this to the queue, then I can increase the amount of units that I want to craft. So I want 30 because cool, why not? Then I can operate the table and it will go through the animations of making these planks. So I do stand corrected. When you're operating at one of these tables, you do have to stay there while they go through and craft. However, when you're crafting your units from here, you can actually exit out of that and it will automatically still go through those crafting operations when you're not on the screen. I do feel like the building is fairly the same as every other survival game that you can make. Even the upcoming Nightingale will be the same. It's going to have these buildings where you can, let's get some more. So with the grid-like walls in buildings, they pretty much just snap to whatever they are able to stick to. So at the moment I've already covered all the walls, but I can go up in here and stick another wall up there like that, and at pretty much any point you just move your mouse around and the walls will stick and snap to the grid. The same with the foundation. However, with the foundation, once you place one piece, which I placed this one first, that pretty much determined the level of the rest of my foundation. Because then I had the issue of the foundation not following the hillside. And so I had to cut my building in to accommodate that. But it is fairly easy to get sidetracked and just start building all the walls. Windows, I have no idea how they work, so I can't show you how the windows go on. But the foundations, we can put those in. And that will snap to the grid. So there it will snap at the same height as the previous one. And as I was saying before, if you've got a hill or a slight elevation next to your building, your foundation is obviously going to be sort of hidden in that, and it's not going to look very good. So the next option is just to go up to the next level and make some stairs. So for me to make this building bigger, I would go out to the side. I can remove that wall and expand out this way. But one of the main things that actually I really like about this game, it's a very particular thing. If I can actually get back to it, I'm not too sure which one it was. It's got to be this one here. So if I push J, I'm taken to this menu, which is pretty much going to be your, I guess, display or your management for your tribe. At the moment, I have no tribe, I have no clan members, nothing. But this here, this clan, this is my favorite thing about the whole game, is just this here. Why? because it's displaying Bob the Conqueror by his fire. I don't know what he's doing, playing with rocks. But he's in, I guess, his village, or this is his sort of clan. And I would imagine that as you recruit NPCs, they start to fill up this area. And the idea of that is just really fantastic. So, I mean, the graphics don't look too sharp or too detailed on this, but that fire doesn't look the greatest. But the idea of what this represents is really nice. I like this. And I'm not too sure what these other ones do, but I will go through all of the menus just because I know this demo is ending soon. I'm sure there are other videos where people have gone through the menus, guides, and all sorts. But this is just to show you what's available and what could be available. They could change this in the future. We do not know. Looks like I have unlocked 1 creatures in gallery. Looks like I haven't even reached the title of beginner hunter. I'm just a clumsy prey. Yeah. I can't hunt for shit, that's for sure. But yeah, you've got beginner hunter. So this gives your slaughtering output plus 20%. And it seems to give you extra bonuses like reduced noise, concealment. You've got a achievement trip milestone, which is your fine pout. So I'm not too sure if some of these are sort of like a achievement sort of run through. And I don't know if this also applies to your tribe as a whole. Like, does your tribe go out and hunt? You've got hunting logs, so I'm not too sure if that's just for you alone, or does that include the NPCs? At the moment, I've only come across the turkey, the capybara, and the tapir. I did come across, obviously, the bush dog, which is now my mortal enemy, which I still need to kill. So that's going to be fun. The trips, these are what I believe are achievements. So I've achieved this, which is basically just unlocked the awareness strength level 10. Well, that's what I've gotten up to. And then you've got, once you get awareness strength level 20, 30, 40, 50, you start to sort of unlock these little achievements, which is like 66 achievements that you can get, and I've got 1 of 66. So it goes all the way up. Then you've got kill 10 boars, so you can go out and hunt, and you'll get achievements for killing 10 of each type of animal. So you've got boars, wolves, elephants. I don't know what a green prey is, but that's cool. Blue precious prey. You've got a whole lot of achievements here that you can go through. So this game is quite well finished in a, I guess, rustic way. The fact that it's got all of these elements to the game. You've got achievements, you've got this hunting sort of promotion page based on your experience. You've got your NPC management page, you've got your clan. Totally the best thing about it. I just love seeing this, and then seeing Bob the Conqueror playing in the mud. You can deploy your tribesmen, you can do all sorts of things. You've got this character page, the colors on this, and it looks very sharp, it looks very clean. you have all your detailed stats in here, your attack, defense, HP, stamina, everything. Stamina still sucks, one of the main things that I do not like about this. Hydration, you'll have your food, the morale, I'm not too sure what that does and how that works. I have to sleep for that. Poison, bleed, paralysis, radiation, so that's all things that could affect you in the game. You've got your proficiency, so in a lot of the big survival building games, they have this massive proficiency when it comes to the skills. So you'll notice in this demo, you do skill up very quickly. I could chop down a few trees and I'll get to like level 5 or 10 very quickly. I haven't actually done too much, and already I've got, you know, level 14 logging, weaving, 20 wood and stone. Like that is very extreme. But it is a demo, and I imagine they increased that to make people go through the game faster. You've got combat skills, spear. Obviously, I've used my spear a couple of times trying to kill these animals. Most times I find they run away too fast for me to actually kill them. But you've got a whole lot of skills, or your sort of production of your crafting, that you can get better at and essentially either make better gear, make the time go faster. Obviously this is the main page that you'll probably come to, which has got your items or your belongings. It does show how much you can carry total. I should actually go down and craft some meat. But this is actually I actually really enjoy this. This has been fantastic in terms of experiencing something new or something that I haven't tried in a fairly long time. The last game, obviously, that I played, which I have already mentioned, obviously Ark Survival. I've only played a few hours of that. I didn't actually really enjoy it. These types of games, I feel, work way much better when you're playing with a friend, as it can be extremely grindy. It does take a while to learn the ins, the outs of these types of games. I mean, I played an hour and, you know, I died once. I made a fire pit, I gathered some resources, and then I pretty much put together a very rough house as best I could and just figure out how this all snaps together. The main thing that has annoyed me is I still don't know where the windows go. And the buildings on this are fairly straightforward, but it can take a while to get used to. But you see, as it comes to daylight, look how beautiful that is. It's not the most beautiful point to look at. It is still a little bit foggy. You cannot see as far as I would like to see. It would be nice to see the fauna or the trees further down. I do know if I go for a walk, the details, you'll notice the tree just came in. The details will start to come in as you get near them. And even stuff like that will only pop up like when you're, what, 10 paces away from it. Which is not, I guess, the greatest. It would be nice if that was already there further back. So it does take a while for some of this to pop up on the screen or load in that sense. I'm not too sure if that's just a sort of performance issue or that's just how the game is going to roll. but it would be nice to see more of the environment well before I get to it. So let's just head back and we'll grab some food and eat some stuff. So I know he's getting hungry, he's getting thirsty as well. And the other thing that I guess is how most crafting survival games work. But when you do craft something, it goes into the actual inventory of the item or table that you're at. So I have to then drag it over, put it into my inventory, and then I've got it. That's one of the things I had to learn, because a couple of times I would be like, oh sweet, I've got, you know, food cooking, and I just expected it to go straight into my inventory. It does not. We just got a common carcass chunk. We're just going to put the food on us, and we're going to go for a walk to the river. And get some water. So I'll show a little bit more of the combat. But otherwise we'll just explore a little bit of the area. So these capybaras are extremely fast. I tried to kill one for dinner the other night, and they, look at that, look how fast they swim. They just glide across the water like anything. So it's saying I'm water collected. I don't think I do have water collected. I'm not too sure how we get water. We will have a quick look. So I can get some dual stone blades. So let's make that actually. So I know I can make the wooden handle at the crafting table. So we're going to go back, craft some wooden handles, and we're going to have a go at what the dual wielding sort of combat looks like. So we go on here. I do need, okay, I need logs, which I pretty much can just get from the trees. So it is one of those things where you're going to have to learn each item, what it requires, and it can be quite intense to learn a game like this. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the same as other games where they have the same requirements. It could be sort of like a, I don't want to make any accusations, but it could be a copy-paste kind of game where they take the same materials and go, oh yeah, sweet, we'll be able to craft the same item from this. I do not know. I haven't played many of the other sort of survival games. I do prefer a more casual sort of pop in and out kind of game. So we got 2 handles there. Oops. And we'll go in and we'll get, what am I missing? Wooden handle. Yes, that's the thing. I keep forgetting to put this in my inventory. It's very helpful if you do that. Then we go back into our manual crafting. Then we can come down and we can make the stone dual blade. So I'm hoping this weapon is a lot faster than some of the other ones. I don't know what the difference is between some of these. So I believe the green is an excellent weapon. The gold or brown is a epic weapon, and the blue is fine. So we're going to chuck that in where our berries are, and we can pull these out. So we can have multiple weapons equipped and use the hotkeys at the bottom to flick through. So that there is him with his dual blade weapons. So if I hold down the button, he does a hard attack, and if you smash the button, he'll go through a quick combo. And he looks like a little Naruto running through the forest like that with his blades. I'm hoping that with these new blades that we can kill one of these capybaras, but they do go in the water, which is a pain in the ass, so we might have to go for an easier target and go for the turkey, which is running away. Oh, okay, yes, once you hit them, you can get the turkey. Oh, now I'm gonna equip my butcher's knife, and again, hack the hell out of the body to pick up some meat. So those blades are very cool. But I do find it is very difficult to... Look, that's a baby, tiny baby turkey. It is very difficult to hunt down the animals. They do run very fast. It would be better if you had a ranged weapon. Nice. There's our second turkey. Cool. We've got our second turkey, and while we're here, we might as well get some fauna. And that is essentially some of the combat. I have not run into any other NPCs, or I guess I am on a private server, so I will not run into any other players. And then you've got turkeys dropping in from the sky. So that is the thing I mentioned before. Look, there's 2 more turkeys dropping in from the sky. Yeah, I don't like that look when things are loading into the game. They sort of just appear directly in front of you, and it sort of gives you that false sense of security, and you're not too sure on what's going on. You're not too sure what's there, what's... Oh, yeah, that's right. We are the Bob the Conquerors killing baby turkeys. It's a level 2. It was 3 kilos. Rarity green. Okay, so I'm assuming that's what it meant when it said green prey in our... what do you call it? This one here. No, sorry, this one. It said green prey, and on the turkey it did say it was a green prey, purple peerless prey. So that's what I'm assuming is contributing towards those scores. As you can see, I've no idea what the buttons are, what I'm doing. We'll kill a couple more of these animals and see. The stamina totally sucks. Level 4. So yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a bow and arrow or something, because they do run very fast, and by the time you attack them, unless they stop directly in front of you like that, you're gonna miss. And then you just hack the bodies away, which, to be honest, I find that absolutely hilarious, how he just hacks at the body. But that's how it is. That's how it's going to roll. That is actually one of the things I haven't mentioned yet, is the mask. So if you looked at my previous stream, so obviously in the previous stream I forgot to enable the audio. I didn't know how the YouTube streaming worked. But the mask is something that you can customize. So they do have like purple, green, red, all sorts of, I guess the colors of the rainbow. So I think there was about 8 colors. And then you can customize the color of the gem that you can see in the middle of the mask. And they had about the same amount of colors, maybe 8 or 10 colors there. As well as the mask, there was 3 different masks you can choose from. So the one I picked, it looks like a bird, I guess you would say. And then there was one that looked very similar to, I think it was like sort of Ghost of Tsushima. Had sort of like little tusks on the mask. And then there was one that looked very much like a tiki. That's probably as best I can explain. Oh, this is the bit where I absolutely died. I swear these bush dogs are relentless. Oh, where's my bloody blades when I need them? So those bastard dogs, I better get out of their range. They're extremely fast. Oh, shoot. Run, Naruto, run. Yeah, that was how I died the first time. Is these bush dogs. Tiny little rats that run along the ground. And little ankle biters. Okay, go. Kill it. Die trying, mate. Die trying. That's what you get. And you know what happens when I defeat you? I'm gonna hack at your body. Because damn you, bush dog, damn you. So be wary of the bush dogs. They're fast. They will eat your little legs off. These ones here, they only attack you when you attack them. Like that, and then they'll come rhinoceros you in the face with their little miniature snout. And then you've got these little monkeys down here. I think that's a monkey. I haven't gotten one of these. Yes, it is a monkey. Oh. Again, the stamina is killing this. Oh, now we've got our monkey. Level 7 monkey. So that's a basis of what you can do with crafting, getting your weapons, and going out for a little hunt. I think those are more bush dogs. I should head back to where my camp is, which is this way here. So I need to create a marker there. And I want to head back to where that is. Yes, this way. Because that's where my house is, and I don't want to go too far. Otherwise I will get lost. So if I go into the mask, I think it's time to go through this. So Bob the Conqueror, that's obviously my name. You can create your own name. You've obviously got your awareness strength here. I don't know what that actually refers to. Maybe that's referring to your awareness in terms of your spirituality, wearing the mask, your mask energy or whatever. Then you've got this other level here, which I'm not too sure if that's ticking up on its own. Yeah, it does tick up. Maybe just being alive provides experience. And then you've got all of these little nodes that you can go through, which cost green crystal. So where you get this green crystal from, I'm not too sure. I do have a quest which is gather green crystals and repair the mask, but it does not detail where I can get the green crystal from, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So if I go into my items, I've got, what is that, topaz teal, some calite, work, if I go into my knowledge, we've also got pretty much things that you can unlock to build more buildings, essentially. So this is all to do with getting technology. You use your tech points to unlock new buildings, new crafting resources or products. So when you first start playing this demo, you can just go through and you get a lot of points. So initially I was going through and just collecting every single thing that I could, just so I had a quick head start and I can jump straight into it. A lot of these things are definitely going to be something that you have to learn as you go. So you've got tanning, weaving, grinding, obviously your basic craftsmanship, and then you pretty much can go along and it goes into your medium buildings, which allows you to build wooden foundations. So at the moment, the first one here is your thatch. You've got wooden, and then on here I believe it goes into more the sort of advanced building here. So you've got stone, and then after stone I'm assuming it would go into blackstone. So that's the progress or the advancement of your buildings: thatch, wood, stone, and essentially better stone. And the age goes all the way to this deep ruins. So there is a sufficient amount within this game already as a demo. In terms of the guidance for playing this game, there isn't that much. Most of what I've learnt so far is something you pretty much have to learn as you go. So we'll just head back to the camp and we'll see if we can find anything interesting along the way. However, there is this thing here. I think there's a special button that you can push when you've got something equipped, which is F. And that will do a very special move. So you can do that with the spear as well. So if I equip the spear, if I press F, he will actually throw it. And he's got this rope tied to the end there. I don't know if you can drag animals or people with it, but that was a really cool bonus to see. And with the spear equipped, it is a single-handed weapon. So you can put it in your offhand, and I can put the shield in the other. And so you can have a shield and a spear equipped at the same time. So I will quickly see if I can try and get this. No, I completely missed. Okay, we'll try and get this one. Nope, we missed that one too. So the aiming for this is fairly difficult, especially when he's throwing in slow motion. I feel like it's going right through the turkey. I feel like I should be hitting it. It's going right over the turkey. Oh, but on the pullback I got a hit, which is surprising. So that could come in handy. Again, so you get your XP for killing the animal a particular way. Hunting score 1000. That's cool. And bring out the butcher's knife and back into being the bloody savage that we are. And there's our little thatch building there. With the map is absolutely huge. If I can zoom out this fast, this is the furthest I can zoom out, and that's pretty much up and down. But you can imagine that is a massive area. When I first started on the demo, I started somewhere down here. I got killed by the bush dogs over here somewhere, and then I ended up being able to respawn along some nodes on this map after I died, and I decided I'd pick the highlands area, and I decided not to go back for my body, just purely because it was a waste of time. The map isn't too detailed. You can create custom markers, so I was playing around with this a bit before. So you've got different colors here. So if I say green, I can probably put some fauna, or maybe I could put meat and go, let's go red meat. And how do I put this in? Let's say there was something down here. Come on. Let's name it meat. Oh, there we go. So then we've got meat down here. No, we want meat. There we go. We've got our meat there. And you can input whatever icons you want. I know there's capybaras down there. We've got our bush dogs there, bush dogs on this side. Northern Rainforest Scout. You can put a customized mark at your feet. So let's put that in, and we're going to go, we'll just go, let's go green. And that's our one there. Let's delete that one because that's a shit one. And there's our actual house there. So that's pretty cool that you can put icons on the map. You won't get lost that way. You can build your campfire, and obviously I've gone over the walls. You can build doors. So when you do have the doors, you can actually open and close those as you see fit. So if you want it to face inwards, you'll come in this way and leave it open. If I go to sleep, I'm not too sure what's the point of this. It would be nice if it skipped time when you go to bed, because going to bed and then increasing your morale by waiting is not very fun. So I'm just going to get back out of this bed because I don't want to waste my time here. But back into the main page that you'll spend a lot of your time in. Obviously you've got your character, you've got your mask, customizable mask as I said. The pants, I made those myself. It does require linen and linen and rope, sorry. I'm not too sure how to get more of these thick ropes without having to quickly jump down and adjust the slider without it stopping, but that is the best I can do. And then when you go into your gear, so this is all I have available to craft. So that's cool. I can craft a necklace, a ring. So we'll get one of those. We might as well put these on. Surely we can put those on, yes. So we've got a slot for our necklace, a slot for our ring, and we should get a shirt. We're being shirtless for majority of the game. Where did my shirt end up? It's going to look exactly the same, isn't it? There it is. All the items look very similar. The thatch, the rope, they're all similar colours. But that's our nice shirt. We've got our, I like to call it a skirt because I know it's pants, but with this little flap in the front, it looks like he's wearing a skirt. We managed to get our stone dual blade last time, so I'm not too sure which is the next best item to get. But so far, the stone dual blade has been actually a fantastic addition. We can get the tanning rack, so we're going to try out a new crafting table or crafting building in whatever sense they've decided to call it. At the moment it's just a tanning rack, tannery. And we'll get rid of these walls. We'll get rid of this here as well. Put our tanning rack in there and we'll find a spot for it to go, which I didn't think about. So this seems to take up a little bit of room. I wonder if, oh, I can put it up here. Let's put it on a slight edge there. We're going to open this up, and in here we can make all sorts of leather. So this is the type of game that Soulmask is going to be. It's pretty much find resources, get killed, find resources again because you just got killed, loot your body, come back to base, and incrementally build items bit by bit until you have something that's good enough to live in. I'm not too sure if you can skip the days away. If I go into here, let's get some fresh meat. Because at the moment, we have a whole lot of butchered meat. And we shouldn't leave that as butchered meat because you've seen the way I swing that butcher's knife. He looks like an absolute maniac. And he looks like a slightly less of a maniac when he's at the butchering table. But you can see the leather working proficiency. I was saying before, the levels do go up quite quickly in this demo, so don't expect the proficiency of each of your sort of crafting or production to go up as quickly as this is now. So this is going up almost every second or third hit. I'm assuming for the demo they've just enabled it to go a lot faster. And I think that'll be us for today. So this is potentially the last stream for Soulmask, as it is ending in the next couple of days and I won't have time to stream again, or at least record. And there goes our sunset. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in one of my other videos.